Hey guys, welcome back to the Homestead. This is Ashley, and today I wanted to share a quick video with you of not only cooking in the kitchen, but also some motherhood content. Cooking with kids can be hard. I would say it's not always my strong suit because I cook so much and I cook from scratch. I tend to have things in order, and I kind of have my system, and people messing with my system or moving things around or spilling things can sometimes irritate me. So this is a great act of practicing patience for me, but my kids really enjoy it. And as you can see in this video, they're having a great time. They're with mom, they're learning new skills, and it's good for me to practice my patience too. So it takes a little bit longer. There's more cleanup in the end, but they have such a good time and they are making great memories. So today we're making brown butter pumpkin oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, which is quite a mouthful, but it's a great recipe. It's great cookies, great with a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee, or by themselves, by the handful, as my girls like to try to eat them. This recipe is from Half Baked Harvest, and I will link the recipe below for you to see. But starting out here, we're browning the butter for the brown butter. This is something that adds a lot of great flavor to something like cookies or anything where you're going to be having a lot of butter. It kind of caramelizes almost. You're cooking the milk fat in it. So you're melting the butter, and then you can see me stirring constantly. And then when you're doing this, you'll see kind of white flecks float to the top and then sink to the bottom. And then those white flecks turn yellow and then brown over time. So that's what the brown butter is. You're more or less toasting the milk solids in the butter. And after I do that, then I put it in a bowl and pop it into the freezer to cool off for a minute. If you have more time, you could do it in the fridge too. But yeah, I do have a few tips for cooking with kids. They tend to put their hands in all kinds of things, so you do need to keep them safe. Whenever my girls are around a hot stove, I try to stand there so I can, or at least be close by and watching them to make sure they're not touching anything hot or touching anything sharp. And they really love standing there. Another tip I would have would be to relax, which is the biggest struggle for me, is just relaxing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be fun, and it has to be tasty. So if the cookies are ugly, that's okay. They're still a cookie. They're still going to be sweet and yummy. It's okay. Another tip I would have, you can kind of see me having my kids help either measure, scoop, or pour into the bowl. And you can't always have your kids measure, but even just having them pour in the bowl with your help, they love that, and it makes them feel so important, like they're really doing something, especially at these ages. My kids are 4 and 2 right now, so just doing something as simple as grabbing an egg or pouring the flour into the bowl is just makes them feel so important. Another tip I have would be to try, and I do say try because I'm a mom and I get it, try to clean as you go. It's not going to be perfect, but even if it's just throwing a dirty measuring cup into the sink as opposed to putting it back on the counter will help at the end of the day when you're trying to clean up the kitchen. So just as much as you can, try to clean as you go. And again, when you're cooking with kids, it's going to take longer and it's going to be messier than if you were just doing it yourself. And that's okay. Another tip I would have with cooking with kids would be let them lick the spoon. I'm one of those people, we definitely eat raw cookie dough, so don't go in the comments about raw eggs, because that's what we do on the homestead. And I definitely let the kids lick the spoon, lick the beater, lick the bowl, and honestly I think that's probably their favorite part of the whole process, and they really enjoy it. Fun thing that we got to do with these cookies is not only did my kids help me make the cookies, but my oldest daughter, who is in a homeschool co-op now, every week she gets to do a presentation on something. Now granted, at her age it's usually a stuffed animal or a favorite toy or something of that nature, but this week she decided she wanted to do a presentation on the cookies that she made with Mom and with Sister. So I have a little clip of her presentation here.
My name is Elizabeth, and my presentation is about my cookies. And my mommy made it, and I helped my mom. Are there any questions?
As always, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please give a like and subscribe for more homesteading, motherhood, and natural living content. And until next time, welcome to the homestead.